This is the plaintiff, Rita Andriulo. She says she got her male Great Dane together with the defendant's female Great Dane, and they had a litter of puppies. In exchange for the stud fee, she was to get pick of the litter as payment. The defendants, however, sold the pup she wanted out from under her and won't give her the $950 fee she charges. The defendants keep stringing her along, hoping she'll go away, but that just ain't her style. She's suing for $2,950, triple damages. These are the defendants, Michelle and Brian. They say the plaintiff's plumb out of her mind if she thinks she's going to win this lawsuit and collect all that money. They had a very simple agreement. The plaintiff was to receive $500 stud fee, and that was it. All this other stuff she's coming up with now is a big load of puppy poop, and they refuse to be strong-armed by the threat of a lawsuit. So here they stand, ready to rumble. They're accused of not being very stud-like.
Thank you, Douglas. Okay, Rita Andriulo?
Yes.
Okay, you are suing Michelle and Brian. You've asked us not to mention your last names for $2,950 for stud fees and actually treble damages because, according to you, they have taken your services and run with it, or really your dog's services, and run with it without paying for it. Tell me what happened.
So my dog was advertised on a site called Canine Stud, and that's where Michelle and Brian saw him as a stud. They have a female. What kind of dog? A Great Dane.
Okay, but he's got unusual markings, right? Like
he's a black and white Great Dane. Okay. It's called a Harlequin.
Okay.
So
do you have a picture?
I do.
May I see your dog?
Sure. I'll actually show you. This is the actual ad that was on Canine Stud.
Perfect. Oh, did you have a color picture?
I do have a color picture.
What were you asking for there?
It says pick a litter.
Stud fee, pick of litter. Beautiful dog.
Yeah, he's pretty awesome.
He is a stud.
He is.
All right,
Judge Leon, the reason I asked for the stud fee is because I had, when I bought my dog Alaka, I bought him from a breeder up in upstate New York, and here's her contract. And she saved me some money in the purchase price of him, but the contract reads, and you could show this to Judge Milan.
That you have to give
that her. Yeah, she's going to hold the papers until I give her the first. Actually, she had 2 puppies, and that's why this puppy.
Wait, so until you give her
a puppy, a pick. She was supposed to get the pick of the litter, and then she would release Alakai's papers to me.
Okay,
for
so
my ownership.
She sells you Alakai at a reduced price. Alakai's your stud.
Right.
She sells you Alakai at a reduced price with the understanding that you also owe her a pick of the litter from Alakai's first.
That's right.
All right, so what happens?
So Michelle and Brian and their children came to my house on February 5th of 2011. And because Tess, her dog, was ready.
Okay.
And
it's just a picture. Same picture.
We bred the dogs.
Okay, so Tess has how many puppies?
She had 9 and 1 passed away.
Okay.
So she had 8.
So you sold 8 puppies at a price of what?
Between $500 and $900.
Oh, bounty. All right. Except for that you're complaining because you did not get your pick of the litter.
And they did not sell the 2 of the puppies. The one which was my pick of litter, which was a Harlequin puppy, the only Harlequin, and a black male, were sold to a woman in Connecticut and her son, and they both paid $950. And I have copies of the check. I have copies of the checks.
Show me.
So that was the down payment when they wanted to put a deposit on the dog. And that check. Judge Milan is.
So why'd you lie to me and say you sold them for 9? This one says clearly at least one of them you sold for $950.
I apologize. I thought it was 9.
Okay.
I apologize.
All right. So now, how do you find out that they've sold the pick of litter? They're supposed to give you the pick of litter.
Because I had told I told at the time when I picked the pick of the litter, I was talking with Brian. Michelle was not around, and I told him I picked the Harlequin because she looks just like my male, like Alakai, and I said, but. And this is exactly what I said to him on the phone is, I know he was advertising the puppies on Canine Stud. I said, if you find a buyer for her, by all means, don't refuse her, get the deposit, but then I get the money for her, And I said, and then give her my name so that she can make contact with me and mail me the check. And when Jessie,
Jessie's the ultimate buyer.
She's the buyer, right? She's the owner of the dog. She never knew about me until after She paid him
Yeah, but how did you even get Jesse's name to call her and find out all this?
because then he gave Jesse my name.
Had you ever seen any money from them?
Yes.
How much money have you seen from them?
$350.
When did those payments start? This is when was the breeding?
February 5th of 2011.
The babies were born when? I don't know what the gestation is.
April 8th.
The sale happens when? The sale to Jess?
I think the puppies left in the end of May or early June.
Okay. From the records that I'm looking at, you received 2 money orders and 3 checks. Payment didn't start until July, end of July, even though the breeding occurred in February, the dogs were born in April, and the dog was sold in May. So it wasn't until 2 months after the sale that you saw your first $50 payment, even though you guys sold that dog in May for $950. All right, so what's going on?
I have an email stating that she came back to me saying that we could do a $500 stud fee.
Let me see your email.
I did send them that because, Judge Milan, I was disgusted, and I said if
Oh,
they
no,
send
one thing
me,
is for somebody to say, I'll take $500 to settle. Another thing is for somebody to say from the beginning that they're taking $500.
This email was from the beginning. We were going back and
let's see.
forth.
This email
what's the date on that
is
email?
February 2, 2011, she says.
Yep.
Hi, Michelle. I wanted to run this by you and give you this choice. If you would rather pay $500 for the breeding instead of pick of litter, because Tina, that's the person who sold you out,
Okay.
will take the money instead. And I think the pick of the litter will be worth much more. It's totally up to you so that I can communicate this to Tina. Did you respond?
Email-wise, I did not. Verbally, we spoke over the phone, and I reciprocated that way.
She thinks you're trying to cheat her.
I agree that we owe her
Why do you
money.
think they're trying to cheat you? That not that they legitimately think it's $500, but that they're trying to cheat you.
It's been over a year, and I've gotten $350.
I totally agree with her.
But you're suing for civil theft because you think it was malicious, and what gives you that evidence?
It was not malicious.
Because he
That it's
didn't
really
pay.
theft. It's not just that they're breaching a contract, but that they deliberately wanted to keep you from your money.
After constant trying to contact them, he was blowing me off. He was not responding to me. And finally, I said, enough is enough. And that's when I finally went to file the suit.
So what would you rather have, a purebred Great Dane or a rescue dog?
Rescue dog.
How come?
I don't know.
Well, you got to give me a reason.
There
are good reasons.
He can rescue me when I'm dying.
Well, I'm actually really serious about this question. What would you rather have?
I'd rather have the rescue dog.
Because?
Well, they're very well-trained dogs, and they could always come in handy if you need.
Well, no, not a rescue dog. Not a dog that will rescue you. No, a dog that you rescue, like at a pound.
You didn't make that clear.
You guys are just lame going inside the courtroom.
It was not done maliciously. We are at fault. We should have paid her upfront the $500. We were wrong for that, yes, but I don't feel that it was done maliciously. We were in some financial difficulties. That's no excuse.
One of the reasons that
matter.
she thinks it was done maliciously, which apparently she's not mentioning now, but I need to get into because I'm interested in it, is because you were convicted of embezzlement.
Yes.
All right. When were you convicted of embezzlement?
February
2011 or no?
February 11th of last year?
Yes.
Of last year.
Yes.
What was the nature of the embezzlement?
I worked for a company.
Employment?
Employment, yes.
Okay, somebody who you worked for who says that you stole how much?
Yes, correct. 50,000, I think it was
I'm sorry?
around 50,000.
50,000?
Yeah.
Did you go to jail?
Yes, I did.
For how long?
6 months.
Are you paying that back?
I am. Yes, I am.
Why,
You know-
if you had offered to take 500, which I clearly see that you offered that, if you had offered to pay to just accept 500, why should you get 950 now instead of 500?
After I wasn't hearing from them, they were very evasive, even in emails, is when I finally said, you know what, if you want to pay me the 500, and I'll give Tina, who I bought Alki from, the 500 and be done with this.
When is that email? Do you have that email?
Sorry. Is that sure that's the one?
All right. This is June 21st, before the first payment. Wrong again, and for the last time, the breeding fee was pick of litter. I told you that I picked the Harlequin female, and you told me that a woman was interested in her. I told you, go ahead and take a deposit from her, but the money should have come to me since I had pick of the litter. So don't tell me I asked for more money because you got $950. That is total BS. I don't conduct business that way. Either you send me the 500 in a certified bank check by Thursday, or I go forward with a lawsuit to collect the full $950.
So do you see why I
No,
offered
I see
that?
why you're saying that. I just have to
wanted to
decide
have
if
it
I
over
buy
with.
it. But I also see the email where you say either pick a litter or 500. Why shouldn't I just award you the 500?
I made them an offer, but if you make somebody an offer and they don't respond to you on that
I understand
offer,
that you're saying they don't respond. They said they responded. That's what they're saying, that they did respond. They said, okay, 500.
They didn't, and she
well, then
doesn't
if
have
they
any
didn't
proof of
respond,
that.
if you had that out there, where's the subsequent emails after that?
Okay, that's one. Here's the other one.
May 16th. The puppies were born what day?
April 8th.
Okay. How are the puppies doing? If you have recent pictures to upload, I would love to see them before the puppies go to their new home. Not where's my puppy? June 2nd. I was wondering why you haven't sent any pictures of the puppies and when they are all going to their new homes. June 16th. Where's my money? I've been looking for my money from the breeding that you said you were sending 2 Mondays ago. That doesn't sound like somebody's looking for the harlequin that she's supposed to have. You admit that you told her, well, if you can sell them, don't hold it up. Go ahead and sell them. The problem is that you didn't think she'd sell them for $950, and then you want the $950 because you don't like the $500 deal. And that doesn't change a $500 deal. That doesn't change the fact that you guys, had her stringing along and didn't pay and everything else. But how does that mean that you get $950?
I knew they were sold.
Show me one email where you still think you're getting a dog, and that was a big surprise to you, that the dog had been sold from under you.
I told you, they were supposed to bring the puppy to my house because the woman who bought the puppy lives in Connecticut.
Except for the one, just stop, we're done. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna order you to pay the remaining $150 since the plaintiff has already received $350, plus prejudgment statutory interest in your state from the time that it was supposed to have been paid, plus her court costs. That's my judgment.
Thank you.
Well, the plaintiff's the first one out of the courtroom here. Step on in here. You got something, but you looked a little stunned when Judge Leon was ruling.
Yeah, I think she just misunderstood things. I did offer them $500, but I was frustrated at that point, and I was ready to just settle for that. But they didn't even make good on that. They took advantage of me. They took advantage of my dog, and I was just hoping that this case would show that people that do that don't get away with it, All
right, documents down there. They're waiting for you
Thank you.
to finish this case up. So you come on in here, and what's your side of the way this came out?
I'm just glad it's done. I mean, we owed her the $150. She deserves the $150. I don't think that we should have to pay $2,900. So I'm just glad it's behind us. We can move on.
You take advantage of her dog?
I don't think that we took advantage of the dog. We should have paid her up front. We should have paid her up front. It should have been done and over with, and it wasn't.
You think your background was dragged into court here and works against you?
I would think it was a tactic so that she could get what she wanted, but what I did in my previous thing had nothing to do with this.
Okay, over to Harvey.
Okay, Kurt, I am still trying to get over this. The fact is the judge can consider a prior conviction of embezzlement because it affects her credibility and also shows basically the same MO. And that will do it for this case. The litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.